I love that. So let's talk a little bit about consumer psychology. Can you give us a definition? What is it exactly?
Yeah, great. So consumer psychology is so interesting. It's essentially the study of our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our perceptions, and how those factors influence what we buy and how we interact with different products and services.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Here we are, Thursday again. I'm really excited to be here with you all today. And for those of you that are in the snow belt, hope you survived all the snow and are able to get out of your driveways. I am actually in Salida, Colorado, in the mountains, and boy, did we get hit. I mean, it's gorgeous, but ooh, it was -15 last night. Really, really chilly. And we've got tons of powder. It's just and super sunny today. So it's quite incredible. Anyway, I'm really excited to have Christina join me today. And let me just kind of give you a little bit of an overview in terms of what we're going to be talking about. So this is Christina DeFranco, and so good to have you, Christina. I'm really excited.
Thank you so much for having me, Leslie. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to our chat today. Now, Christina and I have actually communicated a lot over the past, 6, 8 months or so.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But we've never actually met. So this is actually the first time that we've chatted basically face to face. So it'll be really great. So Christina, I'm really excited about what she has to bring to the table. We are going to talk about the psychology of branding and marketing. I absolutely love this topic, and I think you will too. So today is about how consumer psychology can actually change your brand and using the psychodynamics of your ideal client to get more leads. So it's going to be really fascinating. So let me give you a quick overview of what we're going to cover more specifically. So today we're going to talk about how to utilize consumer psychology and how that can transform how you connect with potential clients, and how these connections equal conversions, which is amazing. We'll be talking about how marketing is really about evoking emotion and leaving a memorable impression. And then intentionally creating a brand and website using consumer psychology throughout the design and copy will not only get you more leads, but qualified leads. And guys, this is so key. We don't want just any old leads. We want the right people, the right fit clients coming to our site who are actually aligned with you and are actually considered your dream clients. So that's what we're going to be covering today. Before we jump in, I do want to remind everybody, I have a very awesome 4-day event coming up. We're starting on, actually, I'm going to show the URL if you guys can see that. Let's see. Yes. There we go. LeslieBitel.com/MSI for multiple streams income, which isn't that what we all want? Multiple streams of income. So guys, be sure to save your seat. Next week, we are going to do a live 4-day event from the 7th, Monday, through the 10th, Thursday. And I'll be going live every single day, teaching you all kinds of the ins and outs of creating multiple streams of income. And guys, you're going to walk away from this event with your very own multiple streams of income plan in place, ready for you to implement. So make sure you sign up. LeslieBitel.com/MSI. And I can't wait to see you there. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. So Christina, why don't we start by, could you just tell us a little bit about how you, just your story, how you evolved into this position that you're in?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to chat with everyone today. My background educationally is in psychology and kinesiology. And so I actually began my journey of entrepreneurship by launching my first business, which is a virtual wellness studio. So I still have that company. I'm still in that business each and every day. But through building that, I really realized that so many people have a story to share. So many people have so many gifts and talents that we need to bring forward that can help other people. So I said, how can I make that easier? How can I give people the information I wish I had have known sooner when I was starting my first business? And so that's why I've launched this second company, which is all about business consulting, design, website, copywriting, and really getting clear for entrepreneurs in the online space on how we can reach the right people, the people that will really benefit with what we have to say and share. And so I'm really passionate about this topic that we're going to be diving into today because consumer psychology is so important. What I see a lot of online entrepreneurs doing is leading with their heart and wanting to create impact, which is amazing. But there's that other side to the soul piece of strategy. And how do we use strategy in copywriting and in marketing to really connect with the right people? Because when we lead and are able to connect with our audience and potential consumers, that's when we see the greatest conversions. And it's conversions with people we really want to work with people that we can truly help and that light us up and fulfill us in what we're doing. So that's a little bit about my background and kind of how I fell in love with this topic. So I'm really excited to dive in.
What a unique background, psychology. And did I hear you say
Kinesiology.
kinesiology? Okay.
Movement.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So basically, okay, that's super interesting. Very interesting that you ended up honing those skills into copywriting,
Yes.
which is super cool.
Yeah, I think it's imperative. I really started out with graphic design work, logos, websites, and I realized that there's so much more to it. Like you need the right brand colors that connect with your audience, but you need to also understand your ideal client avatar and then also be able to communicate it effectively. And when we can integrate all of those pieces, that's when I find we have the most success.
Okay. That is super cool. So let's dig in. Let's start. I'd love for you to define psychodynamics and maybe elaborate a little bit about how we identify them in our ideal client.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great place to start. As I'm sure many of you listening may have heard of in regards to your ideal client, demographics, right? Our demographics are what is our ideal client's age? Where might they live? Do they have a job? What job do they have? Do they have kids? Are they a mom? So we typically learn what our demographic is of our ideal client. But what about the psychographics? And that is the cognitive and psychological contributions to their makeup as a human being. So it goes beyond just what is their age, where do they live, all of those things that are also important, but really starts to look at what are their values, what are their beliefs, what do they really contribute their purchasing decisions towards. And I think that's so key because when we can understand the psychodemographics of our clients, we can lead when create copy and captions and content that really connects with them, that really hits home, and it allows us to understand their pain point more. I think we talk about in business all the time, like you need to serve the pain point, right? So in order to do that, we have to really get a little deeper. So, okay, for a mom, maybe she can't make all the healthy meals because she's run off her feet with work and kids. But she's so much more than a mom. Like, how does that make her feel? Is she guilty? Does she feel shame around not being able to make those healthy meals? And those kind of psychology factors also help us to then understand as marketers what language we can use to really allow them to see the point. Meaning, if you're trying to sell a meal plan for fast and simple recipes, it's not just a meal plan for fast and simple recipes. How do we use language around allow yourself to feed your kids healthy meals on the go quickly? And some simple, small language changes that we can make really can change the difference in how it's perceived and received by the consumer. So how do we really identify these psychodemographics, right? So
Yes.
demographics can be a little easier, right? We're just like, okay, well, I was 20 when this problem happened, so I'm going to work with 20-year-olds. Okay, great. But going deeper, psychodemographics takes a little bit more thought, a little bit more of a deeper understanding. So my favorite ways to do this is to analyze and maybe even interview past clients. So if you've worked with people in the past, kind of really ask them, where were you when you started? Like before you came to me, what were your thoughts, your feelings, beliefs? Did that change? Did that shift during your transformation working with me? Have they stayed the same? What does that really look like? We can also use market research. So if you're in the nutrition industry, right, if you're a dietitian, looking at other dietitians and research that has been done around people working with dietitians and, okay, I know that this person's a big player in the food field. What are they talking about? Who are they talking to? Who's in their comment sections? And starting to really hone in on who those people are. And then by doing that, you can also look at your website analytics. So if you have a website up, who are the people coming to your website? It goes deeper by looking at what they're engaging with. So if they're staying on a page of your website for a long time, what is that page about? Are they a mom, and what are they looking at? Like, is it a blog post about a certain topic that can tell you a little bit more about the way they think, how they resonate with it? If you have a blog post about emotional eating go crazy and it's like the most traffic you've ever seen, well, that tells you a lot of your consumers or potential clients really connect with emotional eating. And then you, from your expertise, can dial back into, okay, what do people think and feel that struggle with emotional eating? What is a pain point they have around that? So this information marketing is so helpful because it can motivate people to really purchase something, right? If it's based in their needs and you can meet them where they're at, then that's when you start to make the sale.
So it's really digging in to the feelings.
Yeah, because it's all about evoking emotion. Emotion is why people buy. And so there's lots of reasons why people buy, but it's a big one. And if you can tap into that, especially if you're in a service-based space or kind of like a transformational space, that can be really key.
I love that. So let's talk a little bit about consumer psychology. Can you give us a definition? What is it exactly?
Yeah, great. So consumer psychology is so interesting. It's essentially the study of our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, our perceptions, and how those factors influence what we buy and how we interact with different products and services. So let me give you an example just to make it super clear, because that's a little bit wordy, right? If someone was watching their mom grow up and their mom was doing a fad diet after a fad diet after a fad diet, they may be resistant to following a meal plan that a dietitian creates because for them, subconsciously, they may be feeling, oh, it's another diet that never worked for my mom. It made her grumpy. It made her angry. I don't want to experience that. So if you can identify that that is your consumer's mindset ahead of time, when you're marketing something, you can address those concerns up front. So it may look like something about saying, whether it's in your copy or in a video or a sales page, saying, listen, we both know fad diets don't work, and that's not what this is. This is a long-term solution that's going to get you real results over time. I'm not here to give you a quick fix. And by really addressing that consumer's internal fear, whether it's subconscious for them or conscious, usually it's subconscious, we immediately negate that concern and have a much higher chance of converting that person into a client. So it's really looking at what are the thoughts, the feelings, the perceptions that people viewing our content, viewing our sales pages, reading our emails have coming into it.
I love that. And almost trying to, I don't know, even do a brainstorm of what might prevent them from purchasing, right?
Yes,
What are those
exactly.
maybe hidden objections that they're grappling with? like you said, either conscious or subconscious. And I think, at least based on what you're saying, if we can elaborate on those in our sales copy, it can really help move things forward.